Have you ever felt as though there was more to this world, something hidden just beneath the surface of what we see? What if I told you that reality, as we know it, isn't fixed, that there's a higher understanding, wisdom known only to the elite few who hold the 33rd degree knowledge that can teach you to bend reality itself? Welcome to a journey beyond the ordinary, where the rules of reality become malleable and perception becomes power. Today, I'll show you not just theories, but secrets that will let you break free from the constraints that have held you back. This isn't just about philosophy, it's about unlocking the hidden codes of the universe, codes that allow you to transform your reality from the inside out. So open your mind, because we're about to step into a realm only the top 1% understand. Most people go through life as if they're passive receivers of whatever life hands them. They accept their circumstances as reality, going through the motions, and assume that life just happens to them. But what if I told you that you're not a receiver? You're a projector. The world you see is less about objective reality and more about how your mind shapes it. The highest degree of knowledge, what some call the 33rd degree, teaches that reality itself is elastic, bending to the perceptions, beliefs, and energy of those who know how to wield it. Imagine for a moment the world as a canvas. For the average person, it's filled with fixed forms and limitations. But those who possess this deeper knowledge, the top 1%, see that canvas as blank, ready to be painted anew each day. They don't react to the world, they shape it. They live as creators, not just observers. This mindset is the first step to shifting your reality, to stepping into the flow of universal energy and altering the outcomes around you. Here's a story from my early journey that solidified my understanding of this truth. At one point, I felt trapped in my own limitations, constrained by obstacles that felt out of my control. My daily challenges seemed external, like walls I couldn't push through. But it wasn't until I questioned the source of these walls that I began to understand. They were a reflection of my own beliefs and assumptions. The moment I started viewing these challenges as messages from my own subconscious, signals guiding me to reevaluate my beliefs, everything shifted. It's like lifting a veil. The top 1% know that perception isn't something that passively happens to you. It's a lens that you can adjust, expanding your vision and bringing into focus possibilities that you couldn't see before. They view reality not as a series of obstacles, but as a playground where every wall is just a mirage that fades when you shift your mind. Now, let's go even deeper, because it's not just about seeing differently, it's about believing differently. Your beliefs act as the foundational architecture of your reality. Think of them as the blueprint on which your world is constructed. Most people think beliefs are based on external experiences, but in truth, it's the other way around. Your experiences bend to the will of your beliefs. The elite 1% understand this profoundly. They know that reality bends not to what you want, but to what you truly believe. There's an ancient teaching that says, if you believe in the impossible, the universe will start to make it possible. This is a key part of the 33rd degree knowledge. To break free from societal constraints, you must believe in possibilities that others have deemed unrealistic. Only then can you break free from the ordinary and tap into the extraordinary. When you change your beliefs, the entire fabric of reality shifts to match them. Your beliefs shape your world, yes, but it goes even deeper. Your identity, the person you believe yourself to be, creates the boundary of what's possible for you. For the top 1%, identity is the most powerful force in their lives. They don't just accept an identity based on what others see. They consciously choose an identity aligned with the reality they wish to create. Consider this. If you see yourself as someone who struggles, who's always just barely getting by. That's the reality you'll project. But if you believe yourself to be a creator, a person who shapes reality with every thought and action, the world will mirror that belief. The top 1% know this. They don't wait for external evidence to confirm their identity. Instead, they step into a new identity, embody it fully, and the evidence appears as if by magic. Here's a powerful exercise. Visualize the version of yourself that has already achieved what you desire. Don't just think about it, feel it. Walk as they would walk, make decisions as they would, feel the certainty they would feel. When you embody that identity, reality has no choice but to conform to it. Now, we venture into one of the most powerful aspects of bending reality: time. Most people see time as a linear progression, but the 33rd degree knowledge reveals that time is flexible. It can stretch, compress, even overlap. The top 1% understand that time doesn't move forward like an arrow. Rather, it flows in response to the energy you bring. In the quantum field, the past, present, and future all exist simultaneously, waiting for you to tap into them. Here's the key. When you focus on a desired future with intense clarity and belief, you begin to collapse time. You draw that future closer to the present, making it more real with each thought, each action, and each feeling. The top 1% don't wait for the future to arrive. They bring the future into the now. They embody the frequency of that future, and as a result, the universe aligns to make it a reality. When you live in alignment with the future you want, you're like a magnet for synchronicities. Doors open that seemed impossible to unlock. Opportunities arise as if from nowhere. This is how you bend time, by embodying your future self today, aligning every action and thought with the frequency of the reality you want. Now, here's a secret that the top 1% embrace with unwavering commitment: gratitude. But this isn't just about saying thank you for what you have now. It's about an elevated form of gratitude, one that encompasses not only what's here, but also what's on its way. They practice what I call anticipatory gratitude, an unshakable appreciation for blessings that haven't yet manifested. This form of gratitude operates at a high frequency. Imagine knowing that everything you desire is already on its way. Every goal, every dream. It's as if they've already arrived and you're simply expressing gratitude in advance. This level of gratitude sends a powerful message to the universe. It's like saying, "I'm ready, I trust, I am open to receiving." And when you're in this state of appreciation, you become a magnet for more of what you desire. The universe responds to gratitude like a beacon, amplifying the abundance you already recognize and expanding it exponentially. But here's the twist. The 1% understand that the only true power we have to shape reality exists in the present moment. When your mind is preoccupied with the past or anxiously projecting into the future, you leak energy. Every time you dwell on a past mistake or worry about what's to come, you give away a piece of your creative power. The top 1% know this deeply. They have mastered the art of presence. Being fully present isn't about forgetting the future or ignoring your goals. It's about recognizing that every moment you are present, every time you bring your full awareness into the now, you gather creative energy. That energy fuels your ability to shape the reality unfolding around you. Imagine it like this. The more you ground yourself in the present, the more direct control you have over the outcomes of your life. Every thought, every feeling, every action in this moment becomes a brushstroke in the masterpiece you are creating. Now we reach a pivotal point, one that trips up many people on their journey: surrender. When most people think of surrender, they imagine giving up control or letting things happen by chance. But surrender, in the context of the 33rd degree knowledge, is quite the opposite. It's about letting go of the need to control every detail while trusting that the universe has a much grander plan in mind. Here's an anecdote from my own experience. At one point, I was so focused on a specific outcome that I lost sight of the bigger picture. I was attached to it manifesting in one exact way, and each time it didn't work out, I felt defeated. But the more I tried to control it, the more resistance I created. It wasn't until I let go, allowing the universe to unfold events in its own timing, that things started to fall into place effortlessly. This is the paradox of control. When you stop forcing, you allow. When you surrender, you open the door to possibilities far beyond what you could have imagined. The top 1% know that life is not a series of isolated actions and random results. It's an intricate dance between intention and flow. They set clear intentions, take aligned action, but they also trust the process. They trust that sometimes the universe will take them on a path they hadn't anticipated. And often this path leads to outcomes more extraordinary than they could have planned. Detachment goes hand in hand with surrender, and it's one of the hardest concepts for most people to fully grasp. When you're attached to a specific outcome, you're often operating from a place of not having. Your energy becomes consumed with checking, waiting, and questioning. Why isn't it here yet? But here's the truth. The more you fixate on the absence of what you want, the more you reinforce that absence. The top 1% practice detachment not because they don't care, but because they understand that detachment clears the energy of lack and replaces it with an energy of abundance. They know that when they act as if their desires are already on their way, when they release the need to control every detail, those desires manifest more naturally. The irony is that by releasing attachment, they remove the resistance that was blocking their desires all along. Imagine it like tuning a radio. If you're constantly adjusting the dial, wondering if the station will ever come in, you'll never hear it clearly. But when you set the frequency and let go, you start to receive the signal perfectly. At this point, you might be wondering, how do the top 1% sustain such powerful, transformative energy in their lives? One of the greatest secrets lies in service. This is more than an act of kindness. It's a profound alignment with universal principles. When you work not only for your own good, but for the good of others, you amplify your ability to bend reality. You're aligning with a higher purpose, which, in turn, elevates your creative power. Service amplifies your ability to co-create with the universe. When your intentions extend beyond personal gain and touch the lives of others, the universe supports you in ways you couldn't orchestrate alone. The top 1% know this well. They often find themselves in roles where they can uplift others, where their actions contribute to something greater than themselves. This isn't about self-sacrifice. It's about understanding that abundance is infinite, and there's always enough for everyone. When you align with the greater good, the universe begins to open doors, create connections, and reveal paths that would otherwise remain hidden. This alignment with service creates an energetic feedback loop, amplifying your capacity to manifest not only for yourself, but also for others. Now, let's talk about one final piece of the puzzle. Embracing evolution. The top 1% know that mastery isn't a destination, it's an ongoing journey. They don't cling to old identities or hold on to outdated beliefs just because they've worked in the past. They understand that evolution is essential for continued growth and that reality itself is in a constant state of change. Think about it. Every new belief, every new realization, and every experience is like leveling up. The top 1% are always asking, what's next? How can I evolve further? They are not content with staying in comfort zones or repeating the same successes. They're always moving forward, embracing the unknown with curiosity and confidence. This openness to continual growth keeps them aligned with the ever-shifting flow of the universe. When you evolve, you align with higher energies, tapping into deeper layers of wisdom and insight. This constant evolution isn't about chasing, it's about becoming. It's about stepping into new versions of yourself and allowing reality to expand alongside you. So, where does this leave you? The 33rd degree knowledge, the wisdom of the top 1%, is now within your reach. Reality is not something that happens to you, it's something you create. You are not separate from the universe, you're an integral part of it. And as you align your thoughts, beliefs, and actions, you begin to co-create with the very fabric of existence. This journey isn't for the faint of heart. It requires discipline, patience, and the courage to embrace new perspectives. But when you do, reality will no longer feel like a series of random events. You'll see it for what it truly is, a dynamic, ever-malleable field that responds to your energy, your beliefs, and your intentions. Every thought you hold, every action you take, every breath you breathe contributes to the reality you're building. When you understand this, when you live this, you'll step into the flow of universal wisdom. You'll stop being a mere observer of life and become the architect of your own existence. This is the true power of the 33rd degree knowledge. This is how you bend reality. So now, the question is not, can you? It's, how far will you take this newfound mastery?